So there's this video I stumbled on online. A pastor, it was preaching to his congregation, and he said some things, okay, on about marriage. And one of the things he said, which is the reason why I'm even doing this video, he mentioned that in marriage, the husband owns the wife, and he was saying it not from a place of love, like like maybe a place of affection, but more from a very condescending place. And because he went on to say things like, this is why as a husband you shouldn't allow your wife to call you baby, and all stuff like that. Now, mindsets like that or teachings like that are part of the reasons why abuse has continued in marriage. First and foremost, that mindset actually encourages a husband to be abusive towards his wife. There is no such thing in the Bible as a husband owning his wife. There's no such thing in the Bible. True kingdom marriage does not encourage slavery. That mindset encourages slavery. True kingdom marriage is really about interdependence. In fact, he made a statement that before God, the husband and the wife are not equal. But I beg to disagree. Because look at what 1 Peter 3 verse 7 says. It said, in the same way, and I'm reading the NLT version. It said, in the same way, you husbands must give honor to your wives. Treat your wife with understanding as you live together. Look at this. It said, treat your wife with understanding as you live together. It said, she may be weaker than you are, but she's your equal partner in God's gift of life. When God talks about the woman being a weaker vessel, he wasn't saying it about she being a weaker vessel like she's so weak and frail and what is inside of her is nothing. It was a weaker vessel in terms of her femininity, in terms of the fact that, see, as the way a woman's body is constructed, it is not as strong as that of a man. But it does not mean that the woman is inferior to the man in the sight of God. This is the scripture here. It says they are equal partners to God's gift of life. It says treat her as you should, so your prayers will not be hindered. So your wife is not your inferior. It's just like when you're in school and the head teacher decides to choose a class rep. Both of you are in the same class. You are in the class rep, are in the same class. You're listening to the same lectures. You're attending the same lectures and all of that. But he or she is the class rep. Does that make the class rep superior to you? The reason why God created the organization and the structure of a husband being the head and the wife is to submit and the husband is to lead. It's for structure and organization in the home. It's for structure. It is not for abuse. It is not to drive home a point that one is inferior to the other. This is the reason why some marriages are going through a lot, and that's why I'm doing this video. When you hear some things that people present in counseling, your heart will break. And I'm not joking, your heart will break. Some husbands cannot listen to the wisdom of their wives because she's inferior to them. Some husbands find it difficult to listen to the wisdom of their wives because they believe that the wife has nothing good to bring to the table. Come on, that is not God's idea of marriage. Ephesians 5 verse 21 says that be supportive of one another. Another translation says be in submission to one another, which means that in the area you are strong in as my husband, I will defer to you. And in the area I am strong in as the wife, you defer to me. This is interdependence. This is what makes marriage beautiful. It is what makes marriage beautiful. Depending on each other in the areas that each person is strong in. It's not about saying I am the head, and because you are the head, oh, your wife has no say. Oh, your wife cannot even question your attitude, cannot question the things you're doing. Some husbands are doing things that their wives cannot question. The wife cannot say, oh, why are you doing this? Because you're the head. Come on, let's do things right. No husband owns the wife. You don't own your wife. Yes, she's to submit to you. Her submission is as unto the Lord. Her submission is as unto the Lord. It is not an excuse for slavery. It's not an excuse. Let's always question things when we hear them, so that abuse will be, so we can curb this menace of abuse in marriage. There's a lot of abuse going on. I've heard too many things that sometimes it just breaks my heart, and I'm like, come on. I mean, it's just common sense, right? I'm married to you. You are strong in something, and I defer to you there. Doesn't make me inferior. A true leader is one who is able to carry everyone along and leverage on his or her team's strength to be able to achieve a goal and an objective. You can't be the one strong all the time. This is what marriage is. This is what marriage is. Let's curb this menace of abuse. That mindset, that teaching only drives home a mindset that makes a husband feel like, I mean, his wife is so inferior to him, and that is not true. Your wife is not inferior to you. Yes, she's supposed to submit to you. She's supposed to submit to your leadership. And this is why I always encourage single ladies who are trusting God for a spouse. Marry someone you can submit to. Marry someone that you can respect. Marry someone that regards you. So it's easier to submit to a man who truly and genuinely loves you and is affectionate towards you. It's very easy. Submission becomes it becomes work when you are married to someone who has no regard for your feelings, has no regard for your emotions, has no regard for you, does not even embrace your wisdom, does not embrace your strength. It becomes work. That's when submission becomes work. But when you are able to, when you get married to someone who actually is affectionate towards you, it's easier. Submission is easier. It is well. Let's just do marriage well, so that this menace can be curbed. So that this menace can be curbed. All right? Have a wonderful day.